Basically, it's about our main character. Her name is Jade, right? As in Jade. Her name is Jade. And she lives in Miami. We don't know what happened with her dad except that her dad died. And when her dad died, she is a Muslim woman, so she would technically should have gone to live with her male relatives instead of her mother. But her mother was like, no, like, she's my daughter. I want to keep her. And so the uncle that would have taken her in, his name is El Tío Ali, Uncle Ali. He basically would like understood that the child should be with her mom.
Okay.
So he gave her up and he was like, okay, you know, because I believe that Uncle Ali would have been related to her dad. That's why it stayed in her dad's family.
Okay.
So then her mom got to keep her and her mom went to Miami. And so essentially Jade has grown up in Miami.
Okay.
But she's still very close to her Muslim culture.
Okay.
And she wants a lot of the freedoms she sees that other girls have, but she never, something I really like about this novela is she never, like, blames her religion. She actually likes being Muslim, and she really appreciates the traditions. She just wants a little more freedom. Okay. And so then, unfortunately, like, when she's, I want to say, like, late teen, early 20s, it's unclear what her age is.
Okay.
But
it was a little unclear. I was like,
Yeah.
is she old enough to,
yeah,
like, do certain things, or is she not? I don't know.
Yeah.
But okay, we'll just go with it.
Yeah, and that's sort of intentional because you get that she's out of, like, she's not a high school age kid because she's not going to school. I don't really know how they had money, to be honest. Like, I think her mom worked or something.
Okay.
But she wasn't working. She wasn't going to school. She was mainly just, like, strolling the beach, being sad. Like, that was her main pastime.
Okay.
And from what I could tell from episode 1.
Okay.
And so she's, like, about college aged. And she wants to study. She wants to get into, I think she wants to do, like, med school or something like that. But she's trying to convince her mom to essentially just let her go outside of the house and, like, well, she's allowed to go out, but she's not allowed to go to, like, clubs or dancing or anything like that.
Okay.
And she has this fight with her mom, and her mom is like, no, like, you're not like those girls. Like, we are different, and if we respect their way of life, they have to respect ours. And she's like, okay, but I just want to go out.
Yeah.
And so she comes home and, like, her mother is, like, passed out, and essentially her mother passes away. So now she's left, and she, like, I guess kind of orphaned, but even though she's not a minor, she doesn't have a way of surviving on her own.
Well, because she doesn't work, she doesn't do much of anything.
Yeah, so she doesn't
even know how to fend for herself,
No.
right? Okay.
So then, basically her family, her El Tío Ali, he's like, come stay with my family. And she's like, all right, cool, yeah, I'm going to go to Morocco, be with family. She's kind of excited because she has a cousin that's around her same age, her cousin Latifa. And it's really sweet. They have such a cute, like, cousin relationship. And when they first see each other, they're like, they have Latifa. They're so cute.
By the way, I love that her name is Latifah, because it made me think of Queen Latifah.
Oh, yeah.
And I immediately was like, UNITY.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It was just me. That's all.
Oh, no. I was totally thinking of Queen Latifah, too, because later in the story, there's a character named Khadija, which is Khadija.
Oh, my God. From Living Single. Okay.
So
I feel like there was some influence there, maybe.
This one goes out to Queen Latifah.
Hey.
That owns herself.
Oh, man. Okay. Continue. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so then she shows up and, like, they're like, cousins. And also, like, they never explain what happened to Latifa's, like, her parents. I don't know why she's also with El Tío Ali, but he's not her dad. Like, she's also his niece. And she lives, like,
right.
El Tío Ali, from what I gather, he has quite a bit of money. And I know this because he has 4 wives. And according to what they were explaining, you can only have as many wives as you can support. And you have to provide equally for all of them. Like, that's one of the tenets, right?
Okay.
And so he has a lot of money. He has some kind of business. And so he becomes, I suppose, the default caretaker of these 2 cousins.
Okay.
And I don't even know if he has children. I assume he does. He has 4 wives.
Right.
I've never seen his children in the story. Like,
do you ever see the wives?
There are scenes where I think that they kind of are in the background, but they never.
They're not like central characters to anything. They're kind of just in the background.
No,
okay.
Yeah. So essentially, like, he lives at his house, and in his house are like his servants and Latifa and Jade, and then they have like their like nanny, like the nanny that raised Latifa, and her name is Zoraida. And so Zoraida is essentially the maternal figure.
Okay.
In this. And she's like the nanny, right? And she's the one that like protects them in a lot of cases, like when they're being crazy, when they're being crazy teenagers.
Got it. Okay.
So then she goes to Morocco. So meanwhile, back in Miami, right? Okay, so there's this very wealthy family. Led by the patriarch. His name is Leonardo Ferrer, right? Because it has to be like the big, right? Leonardo Ferrer, not Leo.
Right.
And so Leonardo Ferrer, he has 2 sons, and they're twins. His sons are Lucas and Diego.
Okay.
Lucas, he just wants to play music all day. He's that very rich kid who has 0 interest in business, and he wants to like live off the grid and be a musician.
Okay.
His dad is like, no, you're my son. I have 2 sons, and you're both gonna work for my company.
Yeah.
He's like, Diego's gonna be. I think he distributed like responsibilities. Like Diego was gonna be the administrator, and then Lucas was gonna be the lawyer, the attorney, or something like that, right?
Okay.
So he already picked what he needed his sons to do.
Okay.
And they don't have a mom either. Leonardo's.
What is with all the moms in this? Like,
I know,
why are they all gone?
They always have to have a missing. I know. It's not good to be a mom on TV.
I guess not.
No. I mean, Disney has proven that many a time.
I mean, okay, fine. I'll give you that.
Because the stories are like about sad men, right?
Yeah.
So they don't have a mom, and like their mom passed away like a long time ago. She passed away from cancer, and she had some kind of like mole that went unchecked, and then she died of cancer. Like that was the story. And because of that, the twins, they have a mole on their back that their dad is always harassing them or hounding them. He's like, go get it checked, go get it checked. They're like, yeah, we'll do it, Dad. But they're also like kind of late teens or early 20s, I'm not sure. They're college age as well.
Okay.
And so then, basically, Diego, because he is following the dad's footsteps, he's sort of like the preferred son. Diego is also kind of a jerk. He is like a player. He's trying to help his brother get laid like the whole time. And his brother's like, I just want to play music. Like, he's so shy.
Of course. Yeah. He doesn't want to have sex.
No, he just wants to play music. And
He's a sensitive guy.
Well, he wants to wait till he falls in love. So
yeah, now we're really in like soap opera land.
Yes, I know. Sensitive young man. So it's just him and his guitar. And so now here comes in one of my favorite characters, who is unexpectedly my favorite character because I don't typically like this trope.
Okay.
So her name is Cristina.
Okay.
Cristina is outright a gold digger.
Oh, okay.
She meets Leonardo Ferrer, who she knows he has a ton of money. She meets him at like a bar somewhere, and she's good at being a gold digger. So she like looks the part, she acts the part, and Leonardo's like, I'm an old man, my wife is dead, my kids are growing up, I'm gonna have some fun. So he starts seeing her, and like they really like have a really good relationship. Leonardo's like in love with Cristina.